Well, good morning to each of you. I'm the Reverend J.D. Millar, one of the chaplains of the Kenosha Police Department. My sincere welcome to the annual Kenosha Law Enforcement Memorial Service. Welcome to all families and visitors. Welcome to all dignitaries, chiefs, and sheriffs. And welcome to all of you who've stepped away from the responsibilities of your day so that we may pause and remember in the few minutes of this ceremony our officers whose lives were taken from them as they carried out their sworn responsibilities. And this isn't comfortable, yet we can take courage from it as we come face to face with the darkest aspect of the calling of those who carry the badge. It may not be comfortable, yet we dare not ignore it. The earliest sworn officer in our nation whose life was taken was Constable Darius Quimby of Albany County, New York, whose end of watch was January of 1791. And his is the first name of more than 20,500 plus names engraved on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in the District of Columbia. And that number is added with the name of 25-year-old New York Police Department Officer Brian Moore, who died of a gunshot wound this past Saturday. And as a matter of fact, we have 4 motor officers from the Kenosha Police Department going to be departing this Sunday to participate in the 2015 vigil at the Wall. Now, all the names found on the National Memorial and on all the names on all the memorials in every city and every town across our nation, they connect us, you and I, to our collective national history. This morning we're going to be calling out 8 names on the Kenosha Memorial right here. Men who served this county and city going back many generations. And when we repeat this grieving ritual annually, we turn grief into remembrance. And when we remember, no one is lost to us. No one. Those 8 asked little of us, yet they gave much. They deserve our remembrance and be remembered not for how they died, but for the way they lived. Now, I believe that law enforcement is a call to service that God has placed on the heart, whether these officers realize it or not. The community then sets these officers aside, yet never above, for special service. Set aside, but never above. And within the very nature of that holy call is the fact and the act that they willingly and without hesitation may put their lives at risk for one another and for those fortunate enough to live here. It's a call to place service above self. It's a call to sacrifice. It's a call to risk. It's courage that's been demonstrated many times over since we gathered last May. It's a courage that is so constant and so commonplace that we may take it for granted. And that's also something that we must not do. But there's a struggle that's going on. And it goes on today and endlessly between criminals and their behaviors and good society. And as far as I can tell, that will not end as long as evil dwells within our souls. Yet the cop and the deputy will, under the rule of law, work tirelessly to lock up those who have forfeited their right to live in a civilized society. For our part, we can vocally, visibly, and financially support the men and women whom we select to carry out that work 24/7, 365. Now, we can read in the Gospel according to John, there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. And I accept that as truth. But I also say in truth that this chaplain deeply loves everyone who wears the badge and prays that no lives will be laid down and no lives will be added to this or any memorial. We'll hear the distinctive sounds of the pipes and the drums after the 8 names are read. We'll remember them as part of our common past as we honor those who serve today. And let me tell you something. Our community will be well served well into the future, beginning with the class of the 10 newest KPD officers sworn in just past Friday morning. Those 10 represent less than 1% of the number who applied for that positions. As a matter of fact, that's an acceptance rate of 0.08%. I looked up Harvard University's. Their acceptance rate for freshmen is 6%. These 10 will continue in the long line of what I call the best of the best, and you can expect them to perform as the best you've ever seen. It was Bobby Kennedy who once remarked that every society gets the kind of criminal it deserves, and every community gets the kind of law enforcement that it insists upon. Kenosha has insisted upon the best, and it has the best, and I hope no citizen ever doubts it. Thank you for being here, and may the triune God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit watch over and bless what we do today.